This is my power presentation over my senior research project for interdisciplinary studies. My topic subject is police morale. Slide 1. My research statement. I will be researching the decrease in police officer morale in recent years. I will be presenting information regarding officer morale and negative relationship between officers and the public. I'll discuss the factors that have caused the recent issues. I'll also include the effects of the negative change. I hope to avoid the 3 tendencies of interdisciplinary research known as personal bias, disciplinary bias, and jargon. I'll do my best to exclude those. Next slide. Proactive policing. There is a tension between the core tenets of procedural justice and those of order maintenance policy. Research has shown that citizens' perceptions of procedural justice influences their belief on police legitimacy. Yet at the same time, some order maintenance policing efforts stress frequent stops of vehicles and persons for suspected disorderly behavior. These types of programs can threaten a citizen's perceptions of police legitimacy because the targeted offenses are minor and often not well defined. Citizens stopped for low-level offenses may view such stops as a form of harassment, as they may not believe they are doing anything wrong. Studies find that order maintenance policing strategies have a negative impact for police legitimacy and crime control efforts via their potential to damage citizens' views of procedural justice. Next slide. The war on cops. Policing has been the subject of intense public scrutiny for the better part of 2 years after several high-profile police killings of unarmed African-American men across the country. The scrutiny has been so extreme that some contend there is currently a quote-unquote war on cops, whereby citizens are emboldening by protesting and negative media coverage of the police, and they're lashing out by assaulting officers more and more frequently. The majority of the public does believe there is a war on cops. Officers who feel strongly about the existence of war on cops are more likely to believe that depolicing is common among officers in today's world of law enforcement. Next slide. Recruiting shortage. Numerous police departments around the country are desperately losing manpower and decreasing numbers of officers and recruits. Law enforcement has become a less desirable career choice due to diminishing pay, high risk, and of course the recent bad rap, a trend that could put public safety at risk. The current shortage afflicts police officers from large metropolitan areas to rural towns. Departments are struggling to find not only interested and qualified candidates to join their force. A blossoming job market means more career choices, which is a negative impact on police department employment. Salary and benefits have declined in many departments, causing a rise in the recruit shortage. Next slide. Public unrest. Police departments have engaged in depolicing, or withdrawing from active police work, in response to unprecedented levels of negative attention, as well as the correlation of changes in police behaviors. The negative attention and increased scrutiny of law enforcement appears to have had an impact on traffic stops and hit rates across the country. Given the recidialized findings, training, and community outreach programs to increase mutual trust among the police and African American communities. Also, increasing organizational justice within departments might be one way of improving officer morale and increasing motivation in the current policing climate. Next slide. Depolicing. A cluster of recent police killings of African American men have sparked an unprecedented amount of public debate regarding policing in the United States. Critics and protesters have made sweeping allegations about the police. A presidential commission has been formed to study police misconduct, and reforms are being debated. These events provide a backdrop for the article's review of recent poll data and discussion of research regarding police relations with African Americans, Latinos, and whites. Depolicing is taking our country by storm, causing a major cutback in revenue from policing.